Who here is a fan of Darker Than Black?
All right.
Excellent. Now listen, you nine.
Some of you are just here to hang out and have a panel. That's cool. We do not have to focus this solely on Darker Than Black, but we certainly can talk about it.
True that.
And your MC for the evening, please have a hand for Mr. Chris Kaysen.
Hi! I'm going to walk around and ask you questions because I clearly need the exercise, but to my right is Leah Clark, and you're going to tell us whatever you want.
I'm going to tell you what I do in this here Darker Than Black. I play Mayu Otsuka. I am Kirahari, I think that's how I say her name, her little assistant. I'm also an anime fan, and I write fiction, and I wear a lab coat. And I talk a lot like myself. And she gets really drunk at the end. It's great. I can relate.
And he's a very popular dark. My name is Chris, and in the show, my name is O, spelled O-U, which is weird. And I'm an episodic character, and I do really cool things, and that's why I'm going to be hosting today. And to my left is Rob.
Hello, yes, I am Rob McCullum, and I am a character named Wei Zejun, who is actually fairly pivotal to the story, but in only a small number of scenes. You start out thinking that he is just the bodyguard for Alice, and then you find out later that he is a very powerful contractor who can make his own blood explode when he snaps.
That's awesome.
Which I think is really cool. And in the end is obsessed with EA, who's the only person that's ever beaten him, and kind of uncontractor characteristically is emotionally driven by that and has to track him down and set up another fight against him, which he eventually loses. And because he loses, he allows Hiei to do something. But if you haven't watched it, I don't want to give it away. Is anybody here planning on watching all of season 1 that hasn't yet? Okay, spoiler avoidance. Yeah, okay, good to know, good to know. Anybody here seen season 2 yet? Only a few of you. Okay, interesting. Good to know. Chris, take it away.
I'm going to begin the act of walking around because that's what I do. Now, there's no music that's been created for me walking around. There it is. Wow. And there still isn't music for it. Hey, I'm still walking. Come on, guys. Yeah, snap it. Oh, man. Can you feel it? Oh, buddy? Okay, me either. Okay, I am now where I'm supposed to be because I've selected this spot. It's very important to me, I'm sure.
You look great. That's exactly where they stand on talk shows right now.
Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm trying to
Actually, I would rather do this as Iron Chef, so every time you want our attention, if you could go, Fuki-san!
Fuki! Okay,
There you go.
Okay. Now that I'm standing here, I guess the psychological impact is that it will create the need to raise your hand, really be a part of it, because I'm standing amongst you all. So now if anyone has a question related to Darker Than Black, or any comments whatsoever, if you are angry, you want to throw a chair, talk about eating grapes, we don't care at this point.
I love random questions, so anything.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be Darker Than Black specific, that's for sure. Anyone with a question whatsoever, otherwise I will begin to do a little soft shoe, which has been ages, guys. Hold on. I'm an old poofer from way back. Let's go for it. Yes?
Okay, so my first question is for you, Chris.
Darn.
Why weren't you at Matsuricon?
Why wasn't I at Matsuricon? Oh.
Called out?
Well, there were family issues beyond my control that, of course, were unfortunately and continue to be private. However, I've been told that hopefully I can go next year. I'm really pumped up about it. And I was really crushed and upset that I couldn't go this year because all my friends were going, and it was an awesome con.
Every Dragon Ball person.
Oh, that doesn't make things better. Let you guys hear what he said, it was too painful. But yeah, I hope to go next year, and I'm sure it'll be just as awesome.
I'm going to have you sign my Matsuricon book if you're still in it.
That'd be awesome.
I am in the program.
Yes.
Okay, and I wasn't there. Can you relate to that, Rob? All right, well, I hope to be there next year. I appreciate the question, and yes, I will do my best to appear. That's actually my only cancellation, which I still feel bad about. I'm still talking about it like I'm guilty. Okay, who else has a question?
Right down in front, there's one right here.
Pinky.
Where I don't... Oh, I'm a bad host. Hold on. Do-do-do-do, I'm singing, but it's weird. Now I can wait for the song. Yes?
This is for all of you. Do any of you guys watch My Little Ponies?
The bronies have just come in the back of the room, left their brony adventure next door.
Yeah! Represent the bronies.
I have not watched it yet, but I would really like to because I was a huge fan of My Little Pony once I was a wee one. Once.
And her,
What, Rob?
one of your roommate's friends has a whole collection of
Oh, dirty My Little Pony.
altered My Little Pony comic cartoon book coloring book pages.
Yes.
That have been
They're
adult altered, and they're mildly disturbing.
One word, hot. By the way, who here has heard of a voice actress named Carrie Savage? Okay, that'll do.
She kind of sounds like this.
Actually, she sounds exactly like that, which is eerie.
Chris, it's so nice that you mentioned me.
Wow.
Coming from beyond.
That's she's possessed by Carrie. Anyway, Carrie Savage at one point voiced one of the My Little Pony figures in stores near you, and so she is the voice of a My Little Pony figure. I forgot which one, but you know, if it's My Little Pony, it's probably something like Star Dreamer or something like that. Who else here has a question related to prancing, flouncing ponies with gilded hair? Maybe
Or darker than black.
maybe darker than black at this point.
Or Chris Kason's personal choice in wardrobe.
What's a boy to do? This is me cosplaying as me. Anybody else with a question? No, I'm gonna make it happen. I'm gonna talk about the haunted house across the street called Nightmare on 3rd Avenue, which I want to go to. I heard it's really cool. Mary Poppins, nothing? No? Okay, cool. I just wanted to tell you after I like your cosplay. Okay. Oh look, that's an extreme close-up I don't want. Hey, Leah.
What's your favorite Disney movie, since Mary Poppins is here?
Ooh.
Live action or animated, or it doesn't matter?
Any.
Man, that's tough.
Favorite Disney movie, live action or anime?
Two.
Wow.
Or you can
Does
make
Disney
it a list.
Pixar count? Though,
Yes.
perhaps?
Yes.
The Black Cauldron. Not really.
It's not really. It's real Pixar. Yeah. But it's not.
No, it's 2D animation is awful.
I love My Little Mermaid. Little Mermaid.
The pony my mermaid rode in on.
Friendship is magic, or whatever it is.
And Beauty and the Beast. I love Belle. She's actually probably my favorite
Song
character.
is old as rhyme. Angela Lansbury for the win. I liked,
Chris is about to lie. That's his. I don't have a strong enough commitment. I'm about to lie face.
you see it all too many times. I liked,
Rob, you don't have
I
a
like Lady and the
favorite?
Tramp. I like Lady and the Tramp. I like the spaghetti scene. I'm a romantic at heart. Anyone else with a question involving ponies and chair throwing, anger, spaghetti, ghosts and goblins, darker than black perhaps?
Question in the back. There we go.
We have a man of science.
I'm going to ask one about Dark of the Black. Each of you, of your favorite part of Dark of the Black, well, what would you say was the most entertaining in the show?
Say it, repeat again.
In general, what would you feel is the most entertaining about the show?
Oh, what do you find entertaining about Darker Than Black?
What's the most entertaining?
Yeah.
For me specifically, I like the scene where my character gets faced, and you just see her stumbling over herself and talking about nonsense and singing. Because you never see her do that throughout the whole series. She's so serious about her anime and her lab coat and her just talking like a nerd the whole time. So to see her just lose it and,
Does that-
throw a couple back, fall over.
So that means she was drunk
Yes.
for one episode?
For one episode only, and I think it was like the very last episode.
Sweet.
It was awesome.
I mean, not that I condone that.
And it was very entertaining. I loved it. Robert?
The thing I liked about this show is that the struggles seem a little more personal on everybody's level. It's like there's big things happening, and in a lot of anime, there's always big things happening, world events and planets colliding. But this was really down to like things that were eating these people up inside, or that were not eating them up inside, emotion-wise. So I like that. I also feel like this whole like underworld secret thing of spies. I've kind of always wanted to be a spy. So the thing that like maybe you were just born into having an awesome power you didn't know of, and suddenly you would be part of an elite team of assassins is kind of cool to me. But also the morality that there's a cost to everything. I mean, there's been other shows that have taken that idea of what is the personal cost if you kill somebody, but the fact that this, like, using your power has an actual cost, like maybe you just eat something, but but so yeah, I liked it. I also just think it's really well drawn. I think the visuals are really strong and consistent. We see a lot of shows that are not consistent series to series and episode to episode, and I think this was consistent all the way through, so I liked it.
I thought it looked pretty. Anyone else with a question? There's one. In other words, I'm agreeing with Rob's answer that it is beautifully animated, yes?
Keeping in with the,
Oh, what was your name? What?
Andrew.
Andrew.
Keeping in with the contracts and things like that, what do you think was the worst payment?
Sorry?
The worst payment?
Worst payment for using their power.
What do you think was the worst payment? I'm flipping the switch because I actually don't know all of them. And there's actually a couple lists that I've seen where they have a list of some of the ones.
I don't know, the very opening, the first episode, just having to break up the bones to use your power.
Yeah, well, and I think that was why that one was first, because it was the most graphic and disturbing, and there was no way to get around the like, oh, this is gonna suck. I think mine was like the easiest of all of them because my power was to bleed. It required bleeding to use the power, but yet the price I had to pay was just to offer my own blood. I'm like, well, that seems really simple. You have to bleed a little, and then make it explode. Well, and then figuring out why he didn't have to pay, and the reveal again, I don't know, the reveal in that, why that was kind of touching, but I'm like, how is this fair? Because we identify with our characters. I'm like totally with Wei. I'm like, this little snot comes in and beats me and doesn't have to pay anything for his power? How is this fair? But then we find out why. What were some of the others? All right, keep going. For the people that haven't seen it yet, list some of the other prices to be paid.
The one woman had to drink children's blood. One had to just smoke a cigarette.
I had to smoke a cigarette after.
The one had to drink a can of beer after she used her power. What is it?
That's fine.
Well, I think she had to chug it, so. I mean, it was hardcore.
Someone had to forcefully regurgitate something.
Ew. Here's what I wonder. Like, how long did it take them to figure that out? Like, they weren't given a manual. But, like, how did you know? Like, was she just start like, oh, I'm thirsty and I'm chugging it? Like, vodka? No. Coca-Cola? No. Okay. Oh, beer, that's the one. Like, how long did they have to suffer before they realized, like, oh, I'm regurgitating the wrong thing? Now I figured it out. Or did that somehow come innate knowledge? Because that's never really explained. Oh my. Leah, you got nothing? Okay. Oh. Okay, there's massive discussions going on. This is what I'm here for. I'm supposed to vamp while they're talking. Well, here's the thing that we wanted to know. Because obviously there are some fans of the show here. Season 2 was released this year. The story continues, it moves on, it moves forward. And we have the permission to show you episode 1 of season 2 here in the room. If you guys want to spend the time that way, we can set up the screen and do that. If you have more questions for us, we're also going to be on the Tsubasacon panel in an hour and a half after Robert Axelrod's panel, so you can ask any other questions there. But if you would like, if there is interest, by a slight nod of the head in tone, would you like to see episode 1 of season 2, the newly released
Right here
DVD?
in your
Right here in the room?
Yes, they want
Yes.
you. Woo!
Let's set up that screen! Very nice.
It's always the moment after we go, ow! That's the most awkward.
Because then you expect it to actually just happen, it doesn't. We're still waiting.
We'll move. Yeah, we can
We're
get out of the
totally
way.
moving. We're moving.
Because we don't want to like talk during it. We're just going to watch it. We're not in season 2. All of us died.
No,
At
we're
least
not.
I did. Did you die?
Fortunately.
I did not
Oh, it's
live.
been retired.
But I died so that Hell's Gate could end. That's what happens. But we didn't want to show you stuff that we felt like you had all seen, and if you came to a Darker Than Black panel, we figured you'd probably seen most of season 1, but not everybody maybe would have seen season 2. So we will show season 2. I don't think there's spoilers. I don't think it goes too much into how we got there. It's kind of a new story. Would those of you who have seen season 2 agree? We're not going to ruin season 1 by showing them that it's kind of a new game. Yeah? You're the only two people nodding back there. And then after us, I believe it is Power Rangers Talk with a gem of a resource, Robert Axelrod, who will be here. And he's, in the panel we did before, if any of you were in there, he has some amazing stories of back in the day, ADR work in the early 80s where it was all reel-to-reel tapes and no computers and doing it all like all 5 of you in the room at the same time. And so it's cool. I would encourage you to stick around for that. I'm just gonna stand here and use my shirt as the projection. No. Oh, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Darker Than Black, Season 2.